All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And we're off racing here in Silverstone for Summit League Racing, Mckeon Division, Round 9. And Snipes already trying to make a move on Corey, coming up through the first couple corners. Oh, contact between Minzy!
What the hell happened there? Crazy!
Oh my goodness!
Down at last.
Yeah, Corey and Midzi running into contact. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I have the replay saved. I just want to watch this battle going down into Brooklyn.
I totally missed that because I saw Snipes go really wide. Yeah, it just looks like Corey just outbroke himself and just completely murdered him. That's shocking. It's not good driving from Corey. He might have damage from it as well, but meanwhile, Snipes and Drastic Blaze takes the lead.
No
thought that's
way!
mental.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, the Padawan has become the Jedi Master. I can't say that just yet, but
well, we still got a good 25 laps left. But like he's pulling away from Snipes. So I don't know. Does Snipes have damage? Maybe.
I don't.
Because I mean, it was pretty close to Corey and Midzi when they made the contact. But yeah, I bet Midzi's absolutely fuming. That is fully that's fully on Corey. He completely missed his braking point into turn 1, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, to say the least. Here we go. Look at the position changes. Riggsy doing really well on that soft compound, up 7 spots. I think Sword's in a better spot, up 8 positions on the hard.
And he's lunging it on Crispy now, I expect, as well. I know Riggs and Crispy are very good friends, but I'm not too sure how much of a fight Crispy will put up initially.
It's the good traction of the softs, at least. He's taking advantage of the softs while they are still alive. How long do you reckon they will be able to survive, though? Obviously, everyone around him is on the fucking hards, right?
He'll be able to make him last a good 10 laps, I expect. But they probably will drop off in a roundabout lap 5-ish, something like that, is when they'll become worse than the...
Fair enough.
Worse than the hards, as Corey is making his way back through after... And I'm very surprised he didn't get damage, considering the force at which he hit Midzi with. And Midzi himself, thankfully, looks like he's without damage, but it's Silverstone, it's a big train, and that's royally, totally shafted. Yeah, basically.
This is actually ridiculous driving right now. Crispy already having a look now... Or, sorry... Crispy having a relook at Riggsy, sorry. Man,
and Sora lunges it on Crispy as well. So Sora just completely just catching Crispy unawares. And up into P7.
Yeah, there's some cheeky little driving. I'm liking it. Ladies and gentlemen, for anyone on stream, here's what happened right off the bat. Here's your instant replay. It's obviously live to the left, the replay to the right, and you can just see here, just misbraking, just like you said, bro. That's all. That's all it seemed like.
Yeah. Corey can have really no defense at that. As Riggs is up into P5 now. Yeah, really making those soft tires work at the moment. It's a bit down on ERS, but yeah, Riggs is going to have some good track position. And I mean, especially if there's a safety car in the next few laps, and he can bolt on a set of hards. Could be one to watch, and yeah, went a bit different because of a poor qualifying position, and he's making those soft tyres work. Obviously aided by Corey's driving as well. it's safe to say on turn 1. I like Corey. He's, well, I mean, technically still my teammate, but there's really no defense to that.
Until Gunter just fucking yells at him, today. Oh, we decided the race like fucking
Gunter's now with a bit happy today. He's a bit happy today because they did get a point.
No, that's fair. Yes, this is true. In real life, at least. I'm talking about virtual Gunter. The Summit League Racing Gunter Steiner, okay? Gonna be like a bunch of fucking wankers right now. One's doing comms and the other's fucked it into the fucking guy.
Yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself.
But yeah, Snipes has regained P1 from Blaze and now has taken the fastest lap of this race, if I'm not mistaken. So Snipes got some good pace.
He's on a full battery as well, Snipes. Look, really looking very comfortable. But it should be really easy for Blaze to stay in the DRS, and it's even easier to also as well save ERS when you're in the train as well. As Riggs is up into 4th on those softs.
Yeah, it's official. 10 positions up from his starting position in P4.
He must be having so much fun in this race at the moment, Riggs. I bet he's loving it. I bet he's really enjoying himself at the start that he's made.
Yeah, it's just a matter of it's really going to be interesting to see how badly I guess they fall off or how quickly they fall off. Hopefully it's not too dramatic, because you got Sora also charging, and Sora's on the hards.
I just thought I'd point out something as well. The entire field minus Evo, who had to make a pit stop on lap 1 for damage, is in the same DRS train.
Yes, this is getting a little ridiculous. Now Simba trying to have a look on Jam. They do make a little bit of contact out of Stowe. Yeah, there was a little bit of contact.
Yeah, but it stays in the same position, and I mean, I think they'll even out at some point in the train in the end as well. But yeah, a little bit of contact as Corey's sending it on Crispy as well. Wow, didn't expect Corey to be that aggressive on Crispy, considering that Crispy has some good pace himself. But yeah, Corey's clearly a man on a mission.
I think Corey knows that that penalty is going to be coming his way, so he just wants to make up as much ground as possible with the inevitable penalty. Tongue twister.
Yeah. I mean, I know him. Like he'll get annoyed if incidents aren't his fault, but he's probably kind of resigned to that one being his own error and is just probably driving without pressure, to be honest. And Crispy and Midzi, I know they'll be in the same party as well, and I'm sure Crispy will not have made it easy on Corey as well after what's happened there, because
Midzi's actually
generally
trying
it
to
is
make
natural.
move here on power. Sorry.
Yeah, he is. But I mean, this is the trouble of the train. Like, he can't really do anything at the moment. And yeah, I'm sure very frustrated, very hot under the collar at the moment. Will Midzi be?
Is it possible that he might have rear wing damage, or just
he looks stable. Right? He does look stable. I just think it's just the difficulty of the overtaking.
Fair.
To be honest.
Yeah. Looks like Power getting a little squirrely on that exit there. He almost ran into the pack of Griffiths. So maybe Midzi can have a look at Power. We have seen quite a few, overtakes with the braking.
Yeah, I mean, especially on Riggs with his tyre advantage. Or his Power, he goes a bit deep there, and he has to go defensive into turn 4. I think this could be Midzi's chance. I think this could be his chance. He'll have a much better run out of the loop.
He's got that slipstream. It's just, oh my goodness, they're literally on like equal footing. He doesn't even like go up on the inside. Oh, there's something.
He does go deep.
Something going up here.
Yeah, Sparks trying to get past Zydrad, because Zydrad's mediums clearly seen better days as well after the first few laps. Sparks does make the move, but they're both a bit lower on battery, as is Griffiths behind them, surprisingly as well.
Yeah, definitely Midzi has the most battery out of that entire group. So you may see that come into fruition, or come into I guess a positive note later on.
Yeah, but his only issue is he's got to make sure that he stays within this DRS train as Drastic Blaze decides to pass Snipes. And I've noticed that they've kind of evened out a bit on ERS actually as well, the top two.
Yes, indeed. I think that's definitely, DRS. It kind of forces some of our drivers to get a poor exit. They definitely want to use a little bit of that battery to, just regain their speed. I've heard a lot of the pro guys do that shit. I don't even think like that. I'm not even that smart.
Yeah, the pro guys, I mean, it's their job. They
man, it's just
spend so much time on this game.
It's smart though. It's just like, just conserve your battery as much as possible and just don't over fucking do it. Which
you'll always see them with like 90+% battery, like halfway through the race. That's kind of what Snipes and Blaze are doing at the front, and what Race Roller's doing as well. And at the moment, I think Race Roller's in quite a comfortable position because Riggsy behind him is not really going to be a threat at this stage of the race. Riggs is definitely running a different race to these guys, and just very much needs to stay in this train. And I think the DRS is obviously massively helping, and just trying to eke out the softs as long as he possibly can. Because he will be leading the race at some point, Riggsy, if all things go his way.
Yeah, it's where.
Oh, Zydrad versus Griffiths, we could see. Oh, Griffiths nearly drops it. Crispy's had a moment. He was really slow on the straight, and he's lost position to Medal and lost the position to Sparks. So I don't know what's happened to Crispy, but maybe he picked up some kind of damage that we didn't notice, and that's why Corey got past him so easily.
I'm more thinking that he may have had a poor exit out of Chapel or even Beckett's, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe got on the grass or something.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, the issue now is that both Williamses are losing the DRS train. Medal has just about managed to cling on to it, but Sparks and Crispy have now lost it, and they could lose out massively here. If Sparks is smart, he'll let his teammate go at some point in this lap and try and make sure that they do regain the train together. As Sparks is on no battery. As Midzi finally gets his man, he's been... Oh, has he? Yes, he has. Yeah. He's been psyching that move up for about 5 or 6 laps, Midzi, and he's finally done it.
Nice job up the inside of Luffield. You'll love to see that too.
Yeah, very clean move by Midzi, and I think he can still recover some points today. I do.
Yeah, he's only 4 spots off. It's not out of the realm of possibility for sure. And then, of course, you got Griffiths and Zydrad always battling it out. You know these battles slow our drivers down.
And here we go. There's the swap. So there's a swap from the Williams that I expected.
Oh, there you go. You called that too. Good call.
Yeah, Sparks had no battery, and yeah, Crispy really needs to. Crispy should have more pace with the battery advantage that he has over Sparks, and hopefully, for their sake, we'll get them back in the DRS train, because that's really their only chance at decent points. At the moment, they're kind of just clinging on to P10 really. You see Crispy using quite a bit on the straight. I think he should at least get DRS on Medal here. It'd be close, but I think he's done it. The Medal himself is kind of losing touch as well. It's the only issue.
Yeah, because you were saying with that battery thing, Medal's down in the 25% range in comparison. Crispy's...
Someone who's really lovely on battery, really in a good position. A bit of a sleeping giant is Jam in P5.
Oh damn!
He's doing the standard esports driver thing of just sitting on a full battery, and yeah, very comfortable at the moment is Jam in P5, and I feel like when the strategic element of this race begins to happen, that could be where Jam begins to pounce.
Yeah,
especially considering Simba behind him's only on 50 and Sora's on even less.
And Jam must feel content too with staying behind the softs because he knows eventually Riggsy's gonna just completely slow down.
Yeah, Riggsy at the moment is just clinging on as much as he can. Oh, Griffiths versus Zydrad, that could get ugly. But Griffiths does make the move. And Riggsy surprisingly has not dropped off as much as I thought he would.
Oh! Griffiths! Griffiths died! I'm so sorry I yelled! That was fucked! Griffiths lost it out of the final corner!
I had you turned down.
Oh my goodness. Griffiths is now into P16, completely lost the rear end. B Midsy's now up to P12. B Midsy, you know, is smiling. Got some clean air finally.
As Crispy gets past Medal.
Yes.
And also has some clean air himself now. But they are being a bit detached from this train, though.
Yeah, the battle for the final points in this race is actually just going to be intense as hell.
Very much so. As I wonder what Riggsy's thinking at the moment with his tyres. I mean, he is in the train, so he's got no reason to box yet. But
it has to be a feeling, right? It's just like he must be if you're feeling good, there's no reason to box, right? But if they're
Yeah. Ultimately, he's not really losing any time, and all he's going to do when boxing now, because he is going to undercut the guys ahead of him. That's for sure.
For sure.
That's definitely going to happen. Because he is going to have to box earlier than them. It's just how long can he last in this same position that he is in now, is what Riggs is thinking. And yeah, I mean, lap 11, we're only talking. It's only like 1 or 2 laps before maybe even the first hard runners would think about pitting. So it's not like his tyres are going to be that much worse. Yeah, I don't know. I think Riggsy could be in a decent position here, and I feel like the AlphaTauris could consider working together as well. Drastic Blaze and Riggs are both obviously in the top 4, and yeah.
I mean, Blaze and Snipes are kind of, doing their own thing, but you're right, actually. If Blaze wanted
Blaze nearly drops it. Blaze nearly drops it there. Makes a big error. I think he'll get away with that, but he's had to have burned a decent bit of battery to make sure that he does stay with Snipes. He maybe burnt a bit too much, I think, though, because he is comfortable. He is comfortable still. He's 6 tenths behind. But yeah, a little bit of a mistake from Blaze, but thankfully for his take, manages to hold it well. As I think Riggsy, I think his tyres they are now seeing better days. And Jam doesn't look like he's fighting him at the moment, and they'll be in the same party, so maybe this could be Riggs' pit lap. I think this is the moment that Riggs' tyres are truly dropping off. I think we'll see him in the pits.
Yeah, you called it, brother. Definitely Riggs's time is over, so on that soft at
least.
He
started looking really slidey in the second half of that lap. I think his tyres were well and truly hitting the cliff. But in he comes, and in Zydrad comes as well. So it'll be interesting to see where Zydrad shakes out as well.
Good thing for Jam, too, he's also stayed within that 1 second of race roller, despite, being behind, what's it called, Riggsy. So he's already made up that little bit of time to stay in that
That's
train.
With that battery. That's that battery advantage.
Yeah.
He's completely comfortable with that. But yeah, out Riggsy comes, and could that potentially trigger the pit stops? It's a mighty stint, I have to say, from Riggsy. I did not expect him to go that long, but he's managed it very, very well. It has to be said.
Mediums will last 14 laps, I think, right?
Yeah, they'll make it to the end. They'll be worse than the guys around him, but as I said, potentially you could see his teammate also making a bit of an earlier stop and potentially trying to get a little AlphaTauri 1-2 going, and they can maybe work with each other a bit. I don't know. Riggs will be setting some purple lap times very soon, though. That is for sure.
Yeah, and he's got some nice clean air to work with as well.
Very much so, yeah. As Jam now he's choosing. Now's the point at which he's pulling the trigger and using a bit more of his battery. Oh, as Blaze does go early.
Man, are you?
He's thinking that exact thing. The AlphaTauris are going to try something here, I think. In the situation that they're in.
Sam, do you have a crystal ball? You have to be honest with me. Like, what the fuck? You just called 2 things back to back. Actually, it's triggered a bunch of pit stops. You're right again on that. You're 3 for 3. It's triggered a bunch of pit stops.
Blaze needs to not be held up, and he isn't. He isn't held up. Crispy was just far enough behind. I do expect Riggs will make that undercut on Blaze, but this is about how well these AlphaTauris work together now.
Here comes Riggsy flying through Abby.
There we go. He is ahead, but Blaze is in his DRS. So that confirms it. They will be 1-2. Riggs and Blaze. They will be 1-2. And Corey, actually, if he has a good outlap, Corey could get in and be right with them as well and potentially be a blocker. I feel like the AlphaTauris are in a really good position here and are going to be able to work together. This is fascinating. If they pull this off, that'd be incredible. Riggs needs to let Blaze have his DRS, though. He needs to let him have his DRS. Because...
Jam. Yeah.
Yeah, Jam does get past Race Roller.
Now, Snipes...
And they both pit now.
Yeah, Snipes does not jump into the pits. That could come back to haunt him. As he stays out another
He's going
lap
long.
As well.
He's going for the better tyres, but he's going to have so much overtaking to do. as Blaze does get Riggsy's DRS. And I think they'll be 1-2 here. And they don't have that much older tyres than the guys around them. I'm really excited for this end to this race. This is going to be excellent to watch. Yeah, this is going to be really good. It's going to be really good. The AlphaTauris, I think, have played a blinder here. Riggsy, fastest lap of the race, as expected. Coming out of the pits. Yep, there we are. Riggs and Blaze have cleared Jam. What about Corey? Can Corey get ahead of Jam?
Oh, they're side by side.
He can. He has got ahead of him.
Damn.
And that's exactly what I was saying. If Corey had a good run, then these guys would have to do even more overtaking. So the AlphaTauris now almost have a lead. But one thing I'm not so sure about, though, is where Snipes will be. He could slot in ahead of Corey, but it'll be so close. This Snipes' race is entirely going to be dependent on whether he comes out ahead or behind Corey. That's Snipes' situation.
All right, folks, when is our Alfa Romeo going to be coming in?
He's staying out. He's staying out. I don't understand that.
Sora comes in. Sora's come in.
That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I feel like he's going for the fresher tyres, but he's going to lose so much track position. Yeah. And wow, I mean, could we see an AlphaTauri 1-2? Like, could we? I feel like this is perfect teamwork between the two of them. This is incredible. They are truly in it to win it at the moment. Yeah. That's for sure.
And I think this
Riggs, if he's smart, lets Blaze go here as well, because Blaze has that 1 lap fresher tyres.
The whole thing too that really made this whole thing work was the way Riggsy was able to use that soft tire to his and at the start of this race they couldn't probably imagined anything better. This is the perfect scenario for them. I mean, because you have to be honest, Riggsy started in what, P14 in this freaking race, and
he's in effective P1. He's comfortably in effective P1.
Yes, that's insane.
Yeah, as Jam gets past Corey, and I feel like that's smart from Corey. Yeah, let Jam go. Jam has 2 lap fresher tyres than Crispy. No, not Crispy. Riggsy. This is just totally different, like top 5 order to what it's been in like every other race. This is mad. It's actually, and yeah, I think maybe we'll see a swap from the AlphaTauris. Riggsy's a bit low on battery, as in comes Snipes now. Yeah, I feel like they'll swap now. I don't feel like Riggs will use. I feel like, yeah. There we go. There we go. Blaze does take the head and can dictate the pace for the AlphaTauris. And the question is now, how well can they work together?
Yeah, and the other question is going to be, how far back is Snipe going to be? Because now he's in the pits, he's slowly going through.
I think he'll be in the train. I think he can come out behind Race Roller. It'll be so close, but this is his problem.
Well,
as Jam, I can see he's rinsing to try and get in the DRS of them. But yeah, here we go, Snipes. Where's he going to come out? He is going to come out, yeah, behind Race Roller. So he's got the freshest tyres. But now is considerably far back.
Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done here. Riggsy's actually fallen off the pace of Blaze. You can see over a second. And now maybe Riggsy going to play the defensive game on Jam?
I'm not sure. They're both using, so I'm not sure. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm somewhat surprised that Blaze is trying to get Riggs out of his DRS. I'd have thought it'd have done the opposite.
Yeah, well, I mean,
because I just feel like if Jam passes Riggs, then it's just an easy move on Blaze.
Now here comes Jam now, coming into the the Hangar Street. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, Jam is going to pass Riggs. Yeah, they've lost their 1-2 there from Blaze bolting off, and
that Dark Horse of Jam has used up quite a bit of his battery. He's now at 30%, but now he's in effectively, he's a solid P2 right now.
Definitely. I mean, Griffiths is totally out of the race. He's only 5 seconds ahead of them and has to make a pit stop.
Oh yeah, he's going right to the back. He's going at least P16.
Yep. It's basically just praying for a safety car at this point. Oh, as Crispy and Sora battling side by side.
Oh, there's a little bit of contact.
Neither of them have any battery.
Oh, Crispy going too deep.
Oh, he keeps it in there.
Oh my god.
And Simba's in there with him as well. I don't know what happened to Simba. Simba's lost out massively as well.
Crispy!
Oh dear.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yes. Also as well, can Snipes make his way through this train? He has an ERS advantage on all of them, but...
Well, ERS and the tire advantage too, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, we did see earlier, it was just, even for B. Midzi, who got pole position, so obviously he's the fastest driver, it was so hard for him to get past Power just because of the fucking train.
Speaking of Midzi, he's beginning to make his charge, and he does have decently fresh tyres as Crispy's spun again.
Oh, there you go.
Makes the move, and Snipes move pop. Oh, it's failed. Never mind.
He tried in the Vale. He tried up the Vale.
As Riggs, yeah, he's really struggling here. Actually,
It seemed to me he had an easier time on the softs.
Definitely.
Oh, and yeah.
Corey's lunging it.
All right, Corey sticking his nose where the sun don't shine. Actually, speaking of sunshine, it's actually been pretty good considering we're here in the UK. I know the weather can be very unpredictable. Oh my goodness! Where the fuck did Race Roller just come from? And Snipes! Oh my goodness! Please tell me you saw that.
Riggs has just lost 3 places. He's just completely dropped back, and yeah, that is unfortunate.
Where comes Corey? Are we gonna see a Max and Lewis? Oh my god, I'm having deja vu.
No, they're going 3 wide. They're going 3 wide.
I'm having.
They're going.
I'm scared. I'm scared, Sam. I'm scared.
3 wide. Snipes and Corey back. Oh my god. Oh, Griffiths is spun.
It's a fucking horror movie. Oh, Sam, you've left the session. Oh no, we've lost Sam.
Yep.
We've lost Sam, folks.
Yep, that always happens to me. That always happens to me.
God damn it.
That's why I can't race. That's why I can't race.
Ah, fair enough, fair enough. All right, Griffiths has finally come into the pits, by the way.
Yeah, he spun.
It only took 18 laps. All right, so Jam is in the lead of this race with Blaze close by, DRS range. Snipes 1.2 seconds behind the top 2, and he's got a nice little train behind him with Corey, Race Roller, Riggsy. Do you need me to send you an invite, mate?
No, I'm in.
Perfect.
I've also just got my food.
Oh,
so.
Perfect. Lucky. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually really excited to watch the English smash Japan in rugby today. So after this race, I will be looking forward to that.
What's happening now? So Jam's in the lead. Yeah, I don't think anything's really happened since.
Well, Race
Roller and Corey still fighting.
Yeah, Corey, it looks like he's going to retake the position as we go into the Vale now. And yeah, Corey just going to hold him out. Seems like Riggsy may have found a second win there. Snipes is fucking charging, though. He's in P3. And he's now caught up to the back of Blaze and Jam. He's right on the... going up the inside of turn 3. Is he going to get the move going down into Brooklands?
He's got so much more grip. Snipes. Dives it down the inside. And it's an easy move. And you have a look at their tyre life. You should probably do the same to Jam and then bolt away into the distance.
I mean, Snipes is having a fantastic race here. And I think the biggest thing for him was he was able to go around the outside of that turn 1 incident and get away from all that bullshit.
He's got so much pace as well. He's... Yeah, seriously quit driver Snipes. And this is... After a win in Austria, it's looking pretty good in terms of him wanting to extend his championship lead. Well, no, take the championship lead, I should say.
Yeah, retake it, because I think Ham just took it a couple races ago, if I'm not mistaken. I might have missed it, but did you actually say what happened to Ham today? Is there a reason he couldn't make it?
I think he's busy. I don't know if he's working. I don't know if he's on holiday.
Fair enough. As long as he's okay.
He might be in holiday. He might be on holiday.
Oh,
he might be on holiday. He knew after last race that he wasn't going to make this race, so it's clearly a pre-commitment almost.
Fair. Oh well, he's got a lot of work to do because Snipes is looking like he's gonna take maybe a full 26. Was it 26 points? Because he's pretty damn. No, it's Griffiths with the fastest lap. I apologize. Didn't even notice him sneaking on the softs there at the end.
Yeah, Snipes is going to have a big lead if he does convert this. But Jam certainly is not out of the contention for the race win, though.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and neither can't count out Drastic Blaze here, sitting in the podium train, I guess you could call this.
Yeah, definitely. Or yellow flag.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Evo.
Oh, it's Evo. Evo's had a night to forget, I think.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him at this point, to be honest. It's
alright.
Also, Riggs and Sora are fighting it out. Oh, Riggs. Some very robust defending, and that causes Sora to go completely onto the gravel. I'm sure he's not going to be too happy with that, but I feel like that was kind of Riggs' corner, so...
Yeah, that was interesting. Well, we'll see if that gets reported later on. But as it stands, Riggsy holds P6, and Simba moves up to P7. And of course, B Midzy is in the points, but with this time penalty, that could end up really hurting. 3 seconds. Oh, Shiza.
I also feel like everyone behind Corey, I feel like, is going to gain a position on him as well. At least the intermediate 5 or 6 people. So I do think he is going to get a penalty. And his train isn't going particularly quickly, because remember, he pitted when Blaze did.
True. Blaze is doing well for battery, trying to stay as much as he can with that 60. Now he tries to use some, trying maybe, I guess, make up a little bit of time. Jeez. Here goes Jam on the move on Snipes, going into Stowe, trying to look on the outside. Can't get the move done. Snipes, great positioning of the car.
Yeah, but Jam certainly isn't out of it. And I'm not sure when he's going to try and pounce. He doesn't obviously have as much battery as he did earlier on in the race, because he used so much to try and catch up to Blaze and Riggs, and it's put him in P2, but he's not got any RS advantage over Snipes, and I think he does need that if he wants to win with Snipes' extra tyre life.
Yeah, true. That it really does make up so much of a difference, that just 2 lap difference.
I mean, look at how Corey's dropped back because he's not in this front 3 train, and they're going at Snipes' pace. It's that 3 lap difference. It's huge.
I'm surprised, actually, Race Roller hasn't tried to make a move on Corey. Maybe he's just content with his position right now.
Probably knows about his incident as well, I think. And obviously that's going to affect how aggressively you go for a move. And he's potentially just waiting for the last lap because he's not going to gain any more positions than the one he's in.
Yeah, it's true. just with that gapping 3.8 seconds.
As
And now-
Jam does overtake Snipes, he does overtake in this lap, and he still he doesn't quite have an ERS advantage anymore, but it's fairly similar, and Jam is putting himself in play here despite the older tyres.
Now, what are you hoping for in P3? Are you just hoping for, like, you know, a failed overtake and you just to be able to take advantage, or are you kind of almost screwed in this position where you're like kind of just stuck watching Snipes overtake Jam and then Jam?
I'd kind of hope that the front two worry so much about each other that they kind of use too much ERS.
Speak of the devil, and I shall appear. Oh, drastic
That's his
plays.
plan. That's his plan. He's getting in amongst it with Snipes. Wants to be in P1 or P2. He had a bit of ERS advantage, so understand why he went for it. But yeah, Drastic Blaze reminding the top two. This is not a two-horse race between yous. I am still here, and
yeah, he almost caught
I'm
Snipes
here to
napping there out of the arena going into Brooklands. That was some fantastic driving. Riggsy take a 3-second time penalty. That is going to really hurt.
There we are. Blaze using even more battery. He's pushing Snipes to be forced to overtake Jam. He's forcing them to battle with each other. This is not what the top two want.
It's what we want, though. Holy shit.
This is definitely what we want. This is excellent. This is excellent.
Yeah, Snipes got compromised coming out of that final, out of the Veil.
It's brilliant how well Blaze has held his own, by the way, considering that he was in Division 2 at the start of this season. I knew he'd be quick, but I didn't think he'd be in a podium fight this early. It's great to see.
Yeah, it's honestly fantastic because obviously I got to do Division 2 and all his races last season, and now I moved to Mckeon and he's come back and he's just performing like a freaking man on a mission right now. As Snipes goes to retake the lead of this race, but Jam fighting back. Oh, Jam is really good at coming back on the exit speeds.
Jam's racecraft's brilliant. It's really good. And so is Snipes as well. And there's one lap to go, and the top three are separated by half a second.
Dude, I haven't even...
Any one of these three can win the race. Any one of them.
Looked at how many laps. I hope this goes on forever. I don't want it to end.
This is so close. When's Blaze going to make his move? When's Snipes going to make his move? How are they going to play this?
Oh, here we go.
Snipes does elect to take the position now. And does have that ERS advantage. Is that going to be enough to keep him ahead of Jam?
Well, we're going to find out, brother. 1 lap to go.
1 lap to go, indeed. Snipes does have that ERS advantage, but Jam does have 2 helpings of DRS between now and the end of the race to help him get ahead.
Now, if you're Snipes, do you let him pass you going into Brooklyn so you can get re-overtaken to Stowe? Like, or you just try and hold this out? Like, here we go. Fuck.
I think he's got the battery advantage, so I feel like he can kind of do whatever he wants. His main thing is that he gets a good run through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. That's the important thing, I think, Snipes.
True.
No matter whether he's in P1 or P2. You can see he's pushing the limits there. He's trying to give himself as big a gap as he can. But that's at the cost of ERS. Has Snipes done enough, though? The gap is at 6/10. But one tiny little error through the next 2 corners for Snipes could hand the initiative back to Jam. It looks like he's nailed them, though. It looks like he's got them right.
It does indeed. And even Drastic is not even close enough to Jam, sorry. This has been a fantastic battle up here at the front. Strategies galore.
As Roller sends it on Corey for P4, and he spins himself. Roller spins himself.
No way. Oh my goodness.
And Simba and Sora fighting out for P5. Snipes does win, but there's action all the way through.
Wow. I didn't even know where to follow that at the end. Oh, B Midzy just drops out of the point. Oh, we got a B Midzy. I guess that's how he felt about his race.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, man. What a race. I'm so glad you could have joined me, Sam. That was a great race.
That was a good race. That was a really good race. It's Snipes who does take the win. I was doubtful about his overcut, but I'm eating my words.
Hey, you know what? You were right on so many occasions. You can't be right every time, okay? Jesus. You were like 90% today.
That was a brilliant call in the end by Snipes. I thought it was a bit risky, but in the end, that extra tyre advantage, it really did ensure that his win against Jam was comfortable. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, I could.
He was able to pull that gap, especially through Maggots, Beckets, and Chapel.
Also, it'd be really interesting to hear from the stewards with regards to Corey here in P. He finishes the race in P4, but the FIA of Summit will be looking into that incident heavily, I believe. So don't be surprised if he drops a couple positions. And of course, I'll give you guys that heads up next Sunday when I find out.
Indeed, they should come out probably near the end of the week.
Fair enough. All right, well, here we go,
Sure,
ladies and gentlemen. Snipes comes in P1, Jam P2, Blaze P3, Corey P4, Sora P5, Simba P6, Sparks in P7, Metal in P8, Rigsy in P9, and Feel the Power, the new man on the grid, rounds out our points. We'll go to the bottom so you can see the bottom 17. And fastest lap was set by Evo, but he's got obviously P16, so that is no point for him. Driver of the day, Sem, any favorites for you?
Driver of the day. I think I'm going to have to give it to Snipes, the way he managed the end of that race. Under a lot of pressure, knowing that Ham isn't racing, and yeah, just managed the race perfectly. And there are a few times I thought, has Jam got into a good enough position here? But no.
Sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles, but a great performance from Snipes. Also a special shout out to Sora jumping up from
also,
P16.
we need to get some of these guys in the channel as well.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, shout out to Sora, starting the race in P16 and finishing the race in P5. That is a remarkable performance. Also a special shout out to one of the guys who we should be talking to, Drastic Blaze, jumping up from Division 2. What is 2 weeks ago?